Art journeys. A journey that every artist has undergone when they were starting out. A journey that is filled with learning and growth. From being able to draw crooked drawings to creating masterpieces for the masses to see. There are so many tutorials on YouTube on how you can start your art journey today. You're probably looking at so many artists online and thinking, wow, these guys must be very talented. Oh, what if I told you that art is not about having talent, but it's about mastering your skill? You probably might be thinking,
there's no way. They must have been born with these skills because there's no way they're able to create stuff like this and there's no talent behind it.
and you're right, but you're not completely right. Nobody can be completely right. In my last video, I talked about the struggles of an artist and how it's not always easy to create these masterpieces, especially when you're starting out. So I'll extend on that by talking about the problems you'll come across most of the time during your art journey. And we're gonna go deep into these ones. Not too deep, but I'll give you guys a good perspective from someone who has been on this art journey for a while now. And we're starting off with perfectionism. Now look, okay, there are many detailed art out there, but just because they exist doesn't mean that you have to worry about every single detail all the time. Worrying about detail when you're drawing is not always beneficial. Wanting everything to be perfect to the T is not always gonna go your way, and it's only gonna make you draw way longer than you intended. If you do this, you're most likely going to care about every single minute detail in your drawing to the point where you're constantly erasing and correcting every single time, which is only gonna lead you to not enjoying the process at all. For example, if your drawing's main focus is on the character and how they look, what's the point of even focusing on the building in the background in the first place? Why are you trying to make that wood texture in the background look so realistic if it's so small? Unless the building is the main part subject or is the main element, don't waste your time on that one. Not everyone looking at your illustrations on Instagram are going to care cause bro, Instagram quality is trash! Like my drawings are done in 4K? But Instagram uploads in your mother's quality. Like what? Even if you're not uploading on Instagram, no one is gonna zoom in onto your drawing and look at the detail like Sherlock Holmes looking for clues. You hear that, Sherlock Holmes?
I'm still here.
They're like trying to find me, bitch.
Accept the fact that mistakes are going to happen all the time. No matter how hard you try to analyze your artwork and look at what is perfect and what is not, unless you're an AI, try learning from your mistakes. That's the one thing you should take away from this one. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is comparing yourself to other artists. This is inevitable, no matter what you're doing or who you are. To better explain this, let me just use exercising as an example. You want to see what's the best exercise to lose weight. And while you're researching, you see so many buffed and ripped influencers, and then you envy them. Not homosexually, of course. At least I hope so. Now in this scenario, you might be discouraged because these influencers are out here with Greek god levels of physiques. And look at you, completely fat, ugly, and probably have no girlfriends. And you're thinking you'll never get there at all. You probably should just give up. Or so you thought. But that's the first option. The second option is using the influencer's achievable physique as motivation. Either that or fat people. I don't know what you're gonna use as motivation. These influencers are evidence that everybody can achieve a similar physique. But it takes time and hard work. You can't be lazy now. It's important to recognize that everything you see on the internet is not real at all. A bodybuilder may seem ripped and have abs, but in reality, they're just flexing their muscles and they're not relaxed. And then in the next one, you're gonna see them having no abs whatsoever. Not everybody is going out here to create some stunning works without any hard work whatsoever. Instead, you can use those people's artworks as a way to learn how they're able to achieve such results in a form of an art study. Some artists online do upload time lapses of their work, like me. And you can use those to see how they got something to look like that in the first place. So don't end up comparing yourself to other people, unless they're fat. Alright, the next thing I'm gonna talk about is lack of practice. Bro, what are you trying to do out here not practicing and expecting you've got what it takes to become a skilled artist? At that point, bro, go to McDonald's and put the fries in the bag. This work is not for you, buddy. Okay, but jokes aside though, pieces like these are not possible without practice. How are you going to become a master chef when you're out there burning my kitchen down? Art is a skill, and like many other skills, it needs practice to master and improve. Don't feel ashamed if you're drawing squares and rectangles in perspective. Don't be ashamed if you're practicing poses. And don't be ashamed of saying that you're gay. Because you probably are. Practice makes perfect, and I know I talked about the whole perfectionism and blah blah blah, but it is going to take time and consistency in order for you to achieve what you have dreamed of. There are many tutorials on the internet on how you can practice many things in art, so of course, you're gonna have to dedicate some time in learning them. The only way that you can master something is through repetition, and I would know, because I've been practicing art for quite a while now. At least about 5 years, 3 years. At this point, I don't even know. It doesn't even have to be 2 hours a day. It can be 15 or even 20 minutes. It depends on your needs and your pace. So don't rush yourself, because if you rush yourself, you're gonna hit a plateau very quickly. And speaking of plateaus, remember that rest exists and you're allowed to take one. And when time comes, you can put all your practice to the test and draw something stunning. I know you can. Alright, that's all that I can say for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I've had fun making it for you. Until next time, check out my other videos on the channel if you're interested, and feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is.